Alright, welcome back to the hacktivity, everybody. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. My name is Summer. I am the owner and operator for ravehackers.com. And essentially Rave Hackers is all about festival lifestyle and culture. This week I wanted to just take a deeper dive into that lifestyle portion of that and talk to you guys a little bit about kind of like my lifestyle changes and the things that are going on in my life, and kind of some of the new things that you guys can expect to see from me over the coming months while we're waiting for festival season to hopefully resume. So if you haven't already, go ahead and grab your drinks. I'm gonna go downstairs and grab a coffee and we're gonna dive right into it. Alright, so now that we are all in quarantine, I'm kind of taking this time as an opportunity to kind of do a little bit more self-reflection, and just kind of taking a deeper dive into myself and like my overall lifestyle. Sorry, something fell over on my thing. But when I was like looking back at myself and like my past, I just noticed that like more and more I was catching myself saying that like it's not a priority, and that's something that like I kind of changed in my life a couple years ago, I think. Actually no, I don't even think it was that long ago. I think it was about a year ago when I like just kept saying like, oh, I just don't have time, I just don't have time. And then I kind of realized that if it's a priority, I will make time. So it kind of helped me start addressing my issue with like prioritizing things in my life. Hang on one second. So it just helped me with prioritizing kind of my life and kind of the things that I had gotten a little backwards in my lifestyle. So it helped a little bit, but at the end of the day, I was still like not prioritizing things right, and it just like, it kind of showed in my everyday life, you know what I mean? So looking back on all of that, I realized that it all kind of stemmed from college, you know what I mean? Like at the time I wasn't really living that great of a lifestyle. Like I was living off of like Bud Light and sushi and coffee and Panera bread, basically. Like, and at the time I was walking 4 or 5 miles a day, like as well as like everything that was additional to like going out. I stopped going to my sorority. Like I didn't really drive on campus. I did have a car, but I didn't do like a ton of driving just because it was easier to get around. Like parking at my college was shitty. When I graduated, it was basically just kind of like I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so excited about being able to like unapologetically live my life, like without the hindrances of like my parents or like financials or like just my availability with my school schedule, because I think all throughout college I was taking like 22 hours. So like it was just me pushing myself constantly, and when I graduated I was just like really ready to not have like that pressure on myself, I think. Okay, so previously I had mentioned I wanted to kind of upgrade my home and my lifestyle, and if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I do have it linked down below, so you guys totally should. But one of the things that I have been really proud about accomplishing is I do own a house. I live in a house. I live in downtown Indianapolis, and although it has been very challenging to own a house, I have definitely learned a lot about being an adult and like having to prioritize things that I don't necessarily want to prioritize, like getting my AC fixed and things along those lines. So I kind of realized I have just been talking and not even getting my like morning stuff ready, but like I just kind of realized that like it was time to start taking my house a little bit more seriously. So something that is going to be showing up, I think, a little bit more on like my page, my Instagram, like my YouTube, is like I kind of want to like take you guys through that transformation with me in my house. I've realized that it does bring me a lot of happiness to be able to incorporate my festival lifestyle more so into like my everyday in real life lifestyle. I do try and like wear as much appropriate rave stuff as I can when I'm out and about, and like unfortunately my job doesn't necessarily allow me a ton of freedom to do that, but I do still manage to get away with some stuff, which does make me pretty happy. But what you will start seeing is I do want to kind of take you guys on the journey of incorporating that into like my house, into my decorations. I just feel like it would be so awesome to be able to wake up in a house that kind of makes you feel a little bit like you're in a festival in every room. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do anything that's like crazy, because obviously like I want to be able to resell my house if it ever comes down to that, or like rent it out if I decide to move. But that's kind of where I'm thinking with that. Another thing is like I do follow a lot of like home and like interior Instagrams, which is probably a little weird, but a lot of them have some really amazing videography that they do. So I really want to try and take some of the techniques that they have and see if I can like potentially implement those into like Rave hackers in this channel. So that is something, you know, be on the lookout for that. I think that those videos probably will not have me in them as much. It'll be more so just like watching the change, you know what I mean, like a room makeover. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really excited to share that part of my life with you guys. I know a lot of people have asked me about my house and like have wanted to see it, and like I have said, it's not really like a put together house, so I haven't really wanted to like take you guys on that journey, you know what I mean? But I guess we're gonna change that, so we'll see how all of this goes. All right, so the last little like section that I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about was like my health and my lifestyle. Like I had mentioned, I have been like trying to find something that would be more beneficial for my health and my lifestyle, just because I don't personally like to exercise, and like after graduating from college, like I just don't get out as much as I used to, especially because I do work 3 days from home, which is totally on me. Like if I wanted to get out more, I definitely should. But yeah, anyways, so something that I have been looking for is like a lifestyle change, and something that I have like been stumbling across a lot is like having a really solid morning routine, which is kind of like why I'm doing this video with you guys. My morning routine is pretty basic. I don't really do a ton of stuff. I usually like wake up, I do about like a 10-minute meditation on what I'm looking for the day and kind of like what I am hoping to have the results of the day be. And then after that, I usually pull my tarot, look at my tarot for a little bit, meditate on that, think on it, and then I head downstairs, start making coffee, look at my Rave hackers business, things like that. With that being said though, I want to start implementing a little bit more like lifestyle stuff in the morning. So I am going to start doing my yoga practice in the morning. It's something that I've always been really interested in. If you look in like my mirror over here, you can actually see my yoga mat on the floor. But it's something that's just like always been really interesting to me, and like until previously it just like wasn't really a priority to learn more, but now I just like don't really have a reason not to, if that makes sense. So I am pretty excited just like about that in general. Another thing that I know I am like really excited about like just diving more into is like, just like I said, my morning routine. Outside of just getting a deeper yoga practice, I do want to just start developing something that just like eases me into my morning a little bit better. I do struggle turning off and then turning back on when it comes to my like mornings and my evenings. Like I work from the time that I get up, and then I usually work until about 6 o'clock, 7, and then I go to bed around 7:30. I wake up at 4:25 in the morning though, so I wake up really early. Sorry if you can like hear my dog crunching, he's doing his own thing right now. But I have, like I said, very excited to dive deeper into that. Something else that I am like really excited about talking with you guys and like sharing the journey more is I've been doing a lot of research into intermittent fasting, and initially I was like really turned off by the idea. My boyfriend had actually suggested it to me previously, and I really enjoy food. Like I just thought it was kind of silly to consider not eating as a lifestyle. But whenever I started doing a little bit more research into it, I started realizing that there were a lot more like healthy benefits to it than I had initially thought. So like I will say, total disclaimer, like one of my main goals with this lifestyle is to like get rid of like unnecessary fat that like I've built up due to like living and eating shit that's bad for you, basically. So like whenever I initially started looking into this, I was looking into something that would kind of just help me get rid of unnecessary like fats and like help my body just kind of like start regenerating. I've been feeling really lethargic lately, and I think that you know, part of it is like I'm just not doing as much because I'm home all the time because of quarantine. But the other thing is that I just think that I'm not taking care of myself. So like my body just has like no energy to want to do anything, you know? So I started looking into things that would just like start basically encouraging my body to like start regenerating, and that's how I came across intermittent fasting and started looking more into it. I realized that there are like a ton of great health benefits to that, and like I'm actually gonna like grab my phone really fast so that I can like share them with you. Basically how this ended up like popping up on my radar was because of this like first one. So intermittent fasting basically changes the function of cells, genes, and hormones, which leads to like cellular repair, increased human growth hormone, lower insulin levels, and gene expression. So essentially what all of that means is that intermittent fasting basically encourages your body to get rid of all of the cells and all of the damaged pieces of you, and basically helps your body regenerate. The other thing that grabbed me, like total disclaimer, is that it has been known to help you lose weight and belly fat. So something that I've never had is abs. I will say like I'm jealous of any girl who does have them because I wish I had them. Another thing that it does is it reduces insulin levels and basically prevents type 2 diabetes. This isn't something that was necessarily like super grabbing for me just because I don't have a history of diabetes in my family. I am actually pretty healthy in that area. This next little like tidbit though, I think is really fucking cool. So basically it's been shown to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. So oxidative stress is basically them saying that you're creating free radicals in your body, which breaks down your cell and like damages them, aka ages you, makes you more susceptible to diseases, things like that. If you don't believe me, you can go check all of this online. I definitely highly recommend that you do your research if this is something that you're interested in. So basically what a free radical does is age you, and this basically breaks down those free radicals and helps with anti-aging. So like fountain of youth forever, baby. You know what I'm saying? But the other things is that it could also be beneficial for heart health, which, as everybody knows, heart disease is one of the leading killers in the United States. We have a very high rate of that, which is really sad. But another thing, and the kind of final thing that kind of like was the nail in the coffin for me, was that it does induce various cellular repair processes, which means that your body is literally like regenerating itself. Like I said earlier, it helps break down all of the dysfunctional and broken proteins that essentially build up in your system over time. These also help add to the free radicals from what I understand, but it's basically helping rebuild your cells and rebuild the proteins in your cells, which are going to make you healthier. It is also going to give you more energy, and it is going to make your body healthier and add to the equilibrium of your body. So overall, these are kind of like the biggest things that drew me to intermittent fasting. I'm like really excited to just like take you guys on that journey with me. I think it's gonna be a lot of kind of like check-ins on like how I'm feeling, if I have like fallen off the wagon. I have like personally found that it's kind of hard for me to stick to personal goals that I've set, which is why I'm doing this video. I'm really hopeful that by like putting this out on the internet, like I have my like community that I can rely on that will support me as well and like help me inspire you guys to take your own journeys, take your own leaps of faith, but also just help me stay accountable for my goals and the things that I'm doing. So like I said, there's probably going to be updates on this, tell you guys how I'm feeling, what my diet's looking like, things like that, different research that I'm doing. So I am really excited about that. All in all, some really big lifestyle changes are coming. I am like unbelievably excited to share them all with you guys. I think it's going to be an amazing journey just from now to when festival season begins again. I'm really excited to see how like my energy level and everything changes, and overall I'm just excited to share the journey with you guys. I feel like looking back on it, I haven't ever been like super happy with how I take care of myself and how I live my lifestyle, but I am one of those personalities that doesn't like to dwell on the past and doesn't like to dwell on negative emotions, so I'm constantly surrounding myself by better experiences and happy experiences. And I think honestly it's a character flaw, because I don't ever want to take a step back and look at those negative emotions, and like a lot of this self-reflecting has kind of allowed me to see all those negative emotions and things that I've thought about myself, just in terms of like my body weight and how I take care of myself, and like basically just like watching the decline of like a healthy person into like, I hate to say an adult, but like into an unhealthy adult, you know what I mean? In all honesty, I've been really anxious about putting this video out there, just because I think that once I verbalize it, it's true. And like the fact that I like haven't been taking care of myself sucks, like, especially because like in this day and age, there's really no excuse. But on the flip side, like I'm excited. I think that this is like I said, now or never. It's the time to change. So we'll see how this all pans out and see where it goes from there. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little bit of something about me, about new lifestyles, about different things in general. If you did enjoy this video, I would love if you could drop a comment down below. Tell me if you want to see more things like this, if you want to see morning routines. I'm definitely more than happy to wake up with you guys and like do a whole morning routine. If you didn't like this video, make sure you tell me below. If you're not interested in seeing these updates, then I'm sorry, you can unsubscribe, because I'm gonna keep posting them. But at the end of the day, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. If you did enjoy these, I'm excited to share this journey with you guys. Make it an amazing week. Go ahead, take the plunge, do that thing that you have been holding yourself back from doing, because now's the time to do it.